In the world of classic motoring, few names command the same respect as the Jaguar E-Type. And among all variants, one stands above the rest. The legendary 1963 lightweight E-Type, one of the rarest competition cars ever built. But this story does not begin with a legendary race car. It begins with a tired donor E-Type, a machine stripped of glory, cut in half during teardown, its metal tired, its cabin empty except for a few usable gauges, its matching numbers engine silent for decades. The car arrived with almost nothing worth saving, yet it carried something priceless: potential. This humble, forgotten donor would become the foundation for one of the most extraordinary recreations ever attempted. And the team behind this miracle? Team CJ, known worldwide for their uncompromising craftsmanship, advanced engineering, and race-proven restoration philosophy. What you're about to witness is not simply a restoration. It is a complete rebirth, a hand-built transformation into a fully authentic, competition-spec Team CJ lightweight E-Type, created with the same spirit, precision, and obsession that went into the original 12 cars built by Jaguar in 1963. The transformation begins. The first step was to tear the donor car down to its bare essence. The engine bay, almost unusable. The suspension, destined for complete rebuild. The body, cut apart and removed. Only a few original components could be saved, and the rest would be redesigned, upgraded, or remanufactured entirely by hand. Team CJ fabricated a complete lightweight aluminum monocoque with chromium molybdenum subframes and steel-reinforced suspension anchor points. Every panel, bonnet, boot lid, doors, roof, was shaped from aluminum, fitted, riveted, and aligned exactly as the 1963 racers were. Inside, the floors, the boot compartment, and the entire inner structure remained bare aluminum, a hallmark of true lightweight construction. Dozens of rivets lined the quarter panels, rockers, and floor supports, just as they did on the original works cars. An Hessian engine built for a legend. The matching numbers block was reborn into a Team CJ Stage 2 wide-angle racing engine, stroked to 4.2 liters with a billet crankshaft, forged Carrillo connecting rods, custom ultralight pistons, a billet high-output oil pump, nickel-plated and reinforced suspension to handle the massive torque. The head underwent deep race-level machining, new seats, new guides, port reshaping, multi-angle valve work, and careful flow optimization. Fuel delivery came from period-correct 45mm Weber DC9 carburetors mounted on a special Crosthwaite and Gardner intake, breathing through a custom free-flowing Hayward and Scott exhaust system. This was no ordinary E-Type motor. This was Le Mans-level engineering. Race-ready construction. To handle competition forces, a full FIA-approved roll cage was designed, trial-fitted, welded, and anchored directly through the aluminum skin into reinforced steel plates. Even the driver's seat was narrowed by an inch for proper fitment, then trimmed in stunning Suffolk and Turley tan hide, hand-stitched by Carlos with meticulous craftsmanship. The wheels? Brand new Dunlop racing alloys with period-correct L15 tires. The brakes? Custom CJ Willwood vented systems front and rear. Suspension components were nickel-plated, strengthened, modified, and built to withstand the torque of the enhanced engine. Paint, assembly, and shakedown. The body was sealed, primed, and finally finished in breathtaking opalescent gunmetal that applied with the same care reserved for concours restorations. The bonnet, hardtop, and boot lid were painted separately, and when the masking was removed, the contrast between polished aluminum and deep metallic gunmetal was astonishing. Then came final assembly, the kind where artistry meets engineering. Leather bonnet straps, custom center caps, rebuilt IRS, new wiring harness, decals, instruments, headlamps, and countless hand-finished details. At last, the car stood on its wheels. The Team CJ lightweight E-Type was ready, and when it first rolled out for shakedown testing, cameras everywhere captured the moment, because this masterpiece was destined for Jay Leno's Garage, a testament to the extraordinary craftsmanship of Team CJ. What began as a worn donor car, cut apart and nearly forgotten, has become a breathtaking tribute to one of the rarest Jaguars ever built, a machine engineered, fabricated, and sculpted by some of the best craftsmen in the world, a car worthy of racetracks, concours lawns, and global admiration. This is more than a restoration. This is a resurrection. This is the Team CJ lightweight E-Type, reborn, reimagined, and ready to make history once again.